All right, so as promised, I'm going to do a video on one adding, one multiplying, and one dividing in scientific notation. And so let me show you a problem. So first we'll do adding. So 5 times 10 to the 7th power plus 1 times 10 to the 6th power. Okay, now I want you to notice that my exponents do not match. Okay, so when you're adding in scientific notation, you want them to match. And so let me show you how to change this. So we're going to leave this one 5 times 10 to the 7th power. We're going to change the second one so that it matches that power. So instead of it being 1, it's going to be 0.1. I moved the decimal over 1. I'm going to put times 10 to the 7th, and now I can add. Okay, adding with exponents means that they have to match. So let me do an addition sentence here. So first we're going to add those numbers, 5 plus 0.1, and we're going to get 5 and 1/10, and then we just put times 10 to the 7th. Sorry about my handwriting. So times 10 to the 7th, and so we have 5 and 1/10 times 10 to the 7th. So you just have to make sure that these exponents match, and then you just add these numbers. Okay, let's try a multiplication. So I have 7. I'm going to give some negative numbers in here too. So 7 times 10 to the negative 3. And if you're multiplying, that just means that the parentheses touch each other. If you don't see a symbol in here, that means multiplication. It could have a dot. It could have an X, but most of the time at the level of math that you're in, if you see 2 parentheses beside each other, you know that you're multiplying. So 1.4 times 10 to the negative 2. Okay, so the rule for exponents is when we're multiplying them together, we add them. And so let's do the exponents first. So I have 10 to the negative 3 plus 10 to the negative 2. And that same signs keep an add. If you are one of my students, you know that rule. So it is 10 to the negative 5. Okay, and then I'm going to do 7 times 1.4. Or let's put 1.4 on top. It'll make it easier for you to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put, grab a pen, 1.4. We're going to multiply. So we have 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 1 is 7, plus that 2 is 9. And our decimal point goes here because we have 1 decimal point. So we have, for our answer, 9.8 times 10 to the negative 5th. And usually that would be your answer. If not, if your teacher or your textbook asks you for a different form of this answer, you would move the decimal point over to the left 5 times. Let's try a division. So division may look like a division sentence, but I am going to write it how it is typically written. 6.94 times 10 to the 6th over 3.7 times 10 to the 2nd power. Okay. Now in division with exponents, you are going to subtract. So if we take 6 and we subtract 2, we get 4. So our answer is going to be something times 10 to the 4th. And now you can set this up to do a division sentence. I'll show you how that would work, but I'm going to tell you that this one, I used a calculator for this one. I just wanted to keep this video sort of on the shorter side. This is what you would be doing. And so if you typed it into a calculator, you would type in 6.94 divided by 3.7. And the answer that you're going to get is going to need to be rounded. And I rounded my answer to 3 decimal places. And so I have 1.876 times 10 to the 4th. So the things that you need to remember when you're adding, your exponents have to match. If they don't match, use what you know about scientific notation to change the number and match the exponents. In multiplication, you need to make sure that you are adding exponents together and then you just multiply your coefficients. If you're going to divide, you're going to divide your coefficients and take your exponents and subtract them, and that gives you your answer. So I hope that this helped. A lot of my 8th graders asked me for this video, so I hope that this helped you guys, and I hope it helps somebody else. So I will see you, and guys, if you're my students, keep asking me for these videos. All right, I will see you next time. I hope you did a good job.